about another dream, because, I should make this more of a common thing. Really, every time I can think of a dream after I wake up, I should tell you about it. So now, let's see if I can remember some things of the dream I just had, because it's interesting, and I wish the things in real life were like this. Basically, let's just explain the things I can remember. First off, I just want to point out that at some part in the dream, let's think about it for a second. I'm totally not pausing for 3 seconds because VSDC free video editor decides to mute every one of my videos for 3 seconds when an issue starts. Something tells me it does not know what OBS's MKV files are. Just want to bring that up, that's why I don't want to speak during the first 3 seconds or I'm going to be muted. But, I digress. At one part in the dream, Mary's magical adventure appeared. What's weird is, it had completely different environments. Like, I think I remember they were higher quality, and, like, there was, like, this grassy area, it was, like, sort of like this foresty area. I was playing as Mary, but the thing is, the game didn't even really look like the Doom engine much, what I remember. It would have been cool if the game had those graphics and if it could handle foresty areas. Really, the game's not going to be capable of that. It's going to lag a lot if I ever dare to put too many trees down. I learned that from Hell City. That's why that there's only a park now and not a forest. But still, I was also controlling it with this touchscreen laptop. And I think that I was like putting my finger at the edge of the window, and whenever I would, Mary would move depending on how far I moved my finger to the edge of the window. It was cool, but unfortunately the touchpad, it used to not have a touch screen, but I hope I said touchscreen originally. But yeah, I was using a touch screen, and whenever I moved my finger to the edge of the window, Mary would move faster depending on how close I got to the edge of the window. However, then whenever I stopped using the touchscreen, I noticed that I think they were like the little Android dots. You know what I mean? If you go into that hidden developer mode menu and you go down the list, there's this thing near the bottom or something. I don't think it's exactly at the bottom, it's like in the middle or something. But it says like show touched areas or something. And whenever you choose it, it makes like these little white dots appear briefly wherever your fingers touch the screen. I know that Windows, when you have a touch screen, has its own equivalent to that, but I think they look very different than Androids, and I think from memory, they look like Androids, little circular white dots. And they sort of stayed on the screen afterwards. Like, whenever I looked at the screen, there was a few of them on the screen. Like one at the one corner of the window, probably one at the other corner of the window, and there was one in the bottom right corner of the screen from what I can remember. Again, I can never question if my mind's messing with things or not, but I don't want to bring that up in every single video. Watch the earlier ones if you want details about how my mind messes me up. But still, anyways though, I think I had to like touch the screen everywhere just to make it snap out of it. Reminds me of what I have to do with the touchpad in real life. If any liquid drops on it, the mouse cursor starts flying around the screen or won't move, and I have to like sort of move my hand across the whole touchpad just to snap it out of it and make it start working correctly again. That's basically what the touch screen was doing in this dream. But here's the cool part of the dream. At some later part in the dream, I don't know if it was the same laptop or if it was my laptop. I would think it would be my laptop. But what was cool is, like, the room I was in had, like, this layer of water at the bottom of the room. As you probably expect it to be at the bottom, of course. But, you know, my mind messed things up and all. But yeah, there was water in the room. And it was all over the floor. In Z-Doom, you would have, like, a water level of 1. By this I mean, it's not up to the middle of your body, but it's less than 1/4 of your body. Don't know why I thought of that, but it's like this shallow water in the room. My laptop was up on this thing in the middle of the room. I'm wondering if it's this white thing right here. some reason I thought of it in my mind, wondering if it appeared. Well, I don't know, but I think that my laptop was on something. But I decided, I'm just gonna pick the laptop up and I'm gonna put it on the floor where all that water is. And whenever I did, I was just using it, and then I think like a minute later or something, I was like, wait, I shouldn't have put my laptop in water. That was not a good idea, but it was still working. I think the desktop was still visible and everything. And when I picked it up, to my surprise, it didn't electrocute me or anything like I assumed it would do. It didn't electrocute me, and the touchpad still worked perfectly fine. If only I can't see anything about the first one because I don't drop laptops in water. But I kind of wish that all of them worked like this. They were all like waterproof and could handle getting dropped in the water everywhere. That was great, but unfortunately there were like vent holes and ports all over the laptop. And plus, let's not forget it has a charging thing in it. So yeah. I guess I shouldn't expect them to be waterproof. Kinda sad though. This stream, it sort of had a good idea about laptops. But that's only this part. After this part of the dream, then I walked out of the room, and I don't really know what house it was. I keep thinking my room would be like the one at the trailer, but then the one that I walked out to was again like a previous house from what I remember. It's probably very different, but in my mind what comes to mind is the Kernstown house. By this I mean small house where I recorded Xane and the Men. However, it wasn't my room this time, it was that dining room thing near the kitchen. Yeah, it's like this sort of small dining room thing, and it sort of led to a hallway on the left side. Behind me, if you turned around, the kitchen would be on your left side. Kinda hard to describe, but the kitchen was very small, so I'll avoid that out. It was like a hallway size. How are you supposed to make things in a hallway size kitchen? Strange house design, not as strange as a third dream I had, where I would go down into that basement, and then there were lots of weird rooms with like no purpose and left heart arrow on the wall and all that. Yeah, that was a strange dream, but let's get back to the point. So I walk out into this other room, and then Scott's there, that person I brought in that dream who was trying to break keys in this jail hotel thing. And Mom was out there too. He was also saying, hey, you should play this mobile game. You should get your phone and try out this mobile game. I forgot the title. It was something like Pop something. I don't know what it was really called. I remember this title. I don't know if it was what I remember the title during the dream. Maybe I fakely woke up from a dream within a dream, even though I don't remember falling asleep within the dream this time. The only I can remember that. Or I just remembered it when I woke up initially, but I don't know. I'm thinking more of the former than the latter. And so I told the cuts in the game. So then I think she then decided to go into my room. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do anything else with. I don't remember even using a phone in the dream. It was the laptop getting dropped in water, but. Oh my gosh, that's just one of the coolest parts of the dream, just because it was a laptop that survived water. That was cool. But still, sadly they're not going to work that way in real life. No, just kidding. I'm not leaving just yet, because there's also another dream that I can remember a part of. The previous dream that I had the last time I went to sleep before the last time, you know what I mean. So then, another dream I had this morning. I think that at one point I was playing some game that was like, I think it was like Sonic Lost World. I never played Sonic Lost World. Well, what is weird is it was this Sonic Lost World game, but it had like this debug thing in it. Like, just can't remember, Sonic landed on, I think, one of those tube paths that he runs down in that game, but all of a sudden I think I pushed this like button combination on a controller or something, And when I did, he like turned into an object, and a list of objects appeared at the bottom of the screen. Like, it was sort of like this little thing at the bottom of the screen. Sort of like Minecraft, how you have all of your items on a little inventory bar at the bottom of the screen. It was sort of like that. If anyone's seen Minecraft, but yes. So it's sort of like this Minecraft-like thing that you would see all your items you can choose from at the bottom of the screen. I don't know why I didn't think, hey, this looks like Minecraft, let's try pushing a button and see if we can get a full screen inventory, creative inventory, and that get placed on objects that pop in, because Sega never learns not to put pop in their games. I digress. I'm always going to complain about Sega, especially when I've looked at Nintendo's games like Super Mario Sunshine and I don't see as much pop-in. Super Mario 64 was just as bad as Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle as pop-in. I guess early 3D had awful pop-in, but when the GameCube came along, Nintendo showed you don't have to do it all the time. For once, Nintendo is good. Because the thing that pulls them down nowadays is when they keep shutting down fan games. Stupid move, Nintendo. But I digress. So let's get back to the point though. So then there's this inventory bar, and it's in this debug menu. It's that debug menu, but like this debug part of the game. It really looked like, you know how that in video games there are usually these placeholder models left in the game. Like they look all simplistic and geometric, as some God of War videos would show off. They were sort of like that. There was like this blue-colored spring, and it had a blue-colored rectangle expanding way into the distance. Like there was this big rectangle, and it was probably showing where the spring led. So yeah, that's an interesting thing to point out. I think I was gonna place them down. I actually think maybe I might have placed one down, but I never tried messing with it. The line was a straight line. You see, a strange thing about modern Sonic games is they have their springs, but whenever Sonic flies off of one, he goes off and then he slows down, then he turns, and then he starts falling. In the classic Sonic games, you know, you just keep going. I prefer the way the classic springs work, which is why the ones in Mario's Magical Adventure behave like those. They go in an arc. Gravity is actually respected because it makes logical sense. The classic Sonic games made logical sense. Speaking of classic Sonic games, I'm looking forward to Sonic Mania. I was gonna say that. But the modern Sonic games are like, no, we want to automate our whole game. We want to make that terrible part of our game a thing. Let's make the spring bounce you in a straight line, defying gravity until you hit another spring, and then defy gravity again until you hit another spring. That's stupid, Sonic Team. It's as stupid as your poppin' you added in said game, Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure. I digress though. There was also this weird yellow cone thing. It was like this cone, and you could place it on something, and if Sonic flew into the open end of it, then all of a sudden, I keep thinking he would teleport to another one of the things. Yeah, I put one there because I think that Mama had to play the level again, so I was like, even though I don't remember originally playing it, but who knows. She just had to play it again. So I decided, let's bring up that debug thing and let's put down a bunch of springs and try to like throw her off or something. Unfortunately, I don't know if the dream ended after that or something. I keep thinking it must have. There was also another game in the dream, but I can't really remember it. At least when Mario's Magical Adventure appears in some form, I can at least remember it. And when the Sonic Lost World with Debug thing comes up, I can remember it too. So strange, Sonic Lost World. Well, why did that appear in a dream? Well, why was I playing some cool version of that game? Because it had a debug level editor thing. I mean, earlier versions of Sonic Adventure had sort of a thing like that too. Place down objects in a debug mode, but in 3D. Why didn't Sega leave that in their games after the classic games? It's cool to have some debug mode where you can play around with object placement. Because it's sort of like my older videos, when I do weird, gross things on camera that I look back at and ask, what was I thinking? Still, I I guess that's the end of these dreams. Surprising I can't even remember the previous one. What? I might have remembered the game, but there's another thing that I end up remembering. That also, during that dream, I think that I like looked at someone's video after that. Maybe that's what the end of the dream was, yeah. Then, I had like one of those ear plug things in my ears. Unfortunately, I don't have anything there, or in the bed, or anything. But there were like these green ones I had. So I think I had like these green ones in my ears. I pushed them in so far that whenever I would pull them out, they ripped in two in the dream. Then, after the video or something was done, I pulled out the ear things, and only half of them came out. Like the tips of them, the other half of them, were stuck in the ear, behind a point where I could grab them. I would keep trying to reach my fingers into my ears and keep trying to pull them out, but every time I would, they would go back into the ear. That was unfortunate, because I was like, oh no, I have these ear things in my ears now, and they're stuck in there, I can't get them out. They're going to be stuck in there for the rest of my life. Luckily, when I woke up, I was like, phew, I have the ear things in my ear, but they're not going to rip in half when I pull them out. What? Yeah. So then, that's the end of this dream. That's when I point out I have tears in the corners of my eyes. And I just wanted to take a break to tell you something. Something strange, strange about anime girls. You know we had an anime girl here before? Yeah, we had there in the previous video. I must bring up another girl who has an instrument that I think I'd be interested in myself thanks to her. Melodica, let's bring that girl up. Because, something weird about anime girls is tears form on the outer lower corner of their eyes. Their outer tear duct. What's the inner tear duct thing for? I don't see tears ever come out of it. I was thinking, what's wrong with their eyes? What is wrong with their eyes? Well, why do things come out of their eyes at the corner? My eyes, I can feel tears in them. What's weird is they're only on the outer corners. They're not on the inner corners. Are anime girls correct when their tears come out of their outer corners like that?